Hello, fellow educators. Welcome to an enlightening conversation on celebrating small wins, finding joy in teaching. Today, we're diving into the heart of the teaching profession, a place where passion meets purpose, and every day brings a new opportunity to make a difference. Picture this: Miss Johnson, a seasoned educator, walks into her classroom every morning, brimming with anticipation. Despite the challenges she faces, she's armed with a powerful tool: the ability to celebrate small victories. As we all know, teaching isn't just about grand milestones and sweeping changes. It's about the subtle shifts, the tiny triumphs that transform our learners and in turn transform us. Today, Miss Johnson's victory might be as simple as a student finally understanding a complex concept. Tomorrow, it could be a quiet, introverted child speaking up in class. Each of these moments, no matter how small, bring a unique kind of joy, a joy that only a teacher can truly understand. And so, every day, Miss Johnson finds delight in these small wins. She cherishes the shy smile of a student gaining confidence, the spark in the eyes of a child discovering a new interest, the sense of accomplishment when a challenging lesson plan finally falls into place. These are the moments that fuel her passion, the moments that remind her why she chose this path. They are her small victories, and they bring her immense joy. As we journey through this profession, it's critical to remember that teaching is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about the long game, the steady process of growth and learning. And in this journey, it's the small wins that keep us going, that inspire us to strive for more, that remind us of the profound impact we can have on our learners. So as we dive deeper, remember, the beauty of teaching often lies in the little victories we experience every day. Now, you might wonder, why focus on small wins? Well, let's explore that. Do you remember the joy of learning to ride a bike? That moment when you stayed upright for the first time, even if just for a few seconds, was a small win. It was a tiny triumph that fueled your desire to keep trying, to keep learning. And eventually those small wins added up to your ability to ride freely. The same principle applies in teaching. Small wins are those moments of success, however minor, that make us feel accomplished and motivated. They are the positive feedback, the light bulb moments, the small steps of progress that create a positive atmosphere in the classroom and boost our motivation as teachers. But why are these small wins so important? Well, they act as source of continual reinforcement, reminding us of our competence and the progress we're making. They help us to perceive our tasks as manageable, our skills as adequate, and our goals as achievable. Let's take a look at some real-life examples. There's Mr. Smith, a high school science teacher who felt overwhelmed by the challenge of engaging his students in complex topics. He decided to focus on small wins, celebrating each time a student understood a concept or asked a thoughtful question. This not only boosted his morale, but also encouraged his students to participate more actively in class. Then there's Miss Johnson, an elementary school teacher who was struggling with classroom management. She started to acknowledge small wins like a quiet transition between activities or a day without any major disruptions. This strategy helped her to maintain a positive attitude and gradually improve her classroom environment. So, you see, small wins are not just about celebrating success, they're about recognizing progress and fostering a culture of growth and resilience. They're about transforming the seemingly mundane into moments of joy and achievement. Indeed, small wins have a big impact. They can transform your teaching journey into a delightful adventure. And always remember, beneath all these small wins, there's why. The reason you embarked on this journey. Remember your why, as it will continue to guide and inspire you. In this vast world of teaching, every educator has their unique tale of small victories. Let's share a few. In a bustling city school, we find Miss Johnson, a young math teacher who felt overwhelmed by the challenge of engaging a classroom full of energetic middle schoolers. One day, she decided to introduce a new approach. She started incorporating real-world examples into her lessons. The first time a student's eyes lit up with understanding, she knew she had won a small victory. That spark of comprehension brought her immense joy, and it fueled her determination to continue innovating her teaching methods. Next, we journey to a rural town where Mr. Davis, a high school English teacher, struggled to spark his students' interest in classic literature. He was met with disinterest and even disdain. But Mr. Davis didn't lose heart. He began integrating modern pop culture references into his lessons, drawing parallels between Shakespeare's works and today's popular music and movies. The day his students started actively participating in class discussions, he celebrated his small victory. It was a moment that rekindled his love for teaching and renewed his commitment to his students. Traveling across the globe, we meet Miss Chen, a science teacher in a bustling Asian city. She was confronted with language barriers and cultural differences. Despite these obstacles, she remained dedicated to her students. She started learning the local language and integrating aspects of the local culture into her lessons. The day a student thanked her in their native language, she knew she had achieved a small victory. The joy she felt in that moment was indescribable, and it reminded her of the deep satisfaction teaching could bring. And finally, we visit a small community school in Africa where Mr. Kofi, a history teacher, faced a lack of resources. He didn't have access to modern teaching tools or even enough textbooks for his students. However, he used his creativity and resourcefulness to bring history to life. He started using local folklore and oral traditions to teach history. The first time a student told him they loved history, he knew he had won a small victory. That moment of joy and satisfaction was a beacon of hope in his challenging journey as a teacher. These stories show us that even in the face of adversity, small victories can truly illuminate our path. Each victory, no matter how small, is a testament to the resilience, creativity, and dedication of educators worldwide. They remind us that teaching is not just a profession, but a journey filled with moments of joy, discovery, and triumph. So let's celebrate these small victories, for they are the sparks that light the torch of education and inspire us to keep going no matter the challenge. And remember, every victory counts, no matter how small. Having shared these stories, it's evident that small wins bring joy to teaching. But how do we embrace this joy? Let's delve into some tips that can assist us in appreciating and celebrating our small wins. First and foremost, it's essential to identify these victories. They may be as subtle as a student's eyes lighting up with understanding, or as grand as a whole class acing a challenging test. These moments are the stepping stones of progress, and they deserve recognition. Next, take a moment to appreciate these wins. Savor them, let them sink in. Remember, it's not about the scale of the achievement, but the impact it has. A single spark can ignite a blaze of passion for learning in a student. So when you see that spark, take a moment to revel in it, to appreciate the role you played in lighting it. Now, how about celebrating these wins? It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. A small pat on your back, a moment of silent gratitude, or even a happy dance in your living room is enough. These personal celebrations honor your dedication and commitment to your students and to the craft of teaching. It's also crucial to remember that teaching is a journey, not a destination. It's a process of continuous learning and growth for both you and your students. So every small step forward, every small win is a significant milestone on this journey. Finally, remember to be kind to yourself. Teaching is a challenging profession, and it's easy to get caught up in the pressures and forget about the joy. So, take the time to remind yourself of these small wins, of the difference you're making, and of the joy that comes with it. In essence, embracing the joy of teaching is about recognizing the significance of every small win. It's about appreciating the progress, celebrating the victories, and cherishing the journey. Because after all, embracing the joy of teaching is about recognizing that every small step forward is a win worth celebrating. As we come to a close, it's time to reflect and celebrate. Picture yourself in the heart of your classroom, immersed in the lively, dynamic world of teaching. Recall the moments that sparked a light in your students' eyes, the times when you've seen understanding dawn, when a concept finally clicked. Those are your small wins. They might seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but they are the building blocks of a thriving educational environment. Each one is a triumph in its own right, a testament to your dedication and passion. So take a moment to celebrate these victories. Bask in the satisfaction they bring, for they are clear signs of the positive impact you're making. Let these small wins inspire you, fuel your passion for teaching, and most importantly, help you find joy in this noble profession. So, dear educators, what small wins will you celebrate today? Remember, every win, no matter how small, is a step towards finding joy in teaching.